In a peaceful valley surrounded by green meadows, there was a small village. People there woke with the sun and slept with the stars. But one child was different. His name was Miran. Miran loved looking at the sky at night. Every evening, he gazed in the same direction, the moon mountain. Its peak shimmered in the moonlight, silver and silent. It felt like it was touching the stars. One night, he asked his mother, "Why does the moon mountain shine so brightly?" His mother smiled, "Because there is a light inside it, a heart that glows, but no one can reach it." Miran didn't believe that. That very night, he made a decision. He took a blanket, a small pouch with bread and cheese, and quietly stepped outside. The moon glowed above, and the mountain, it seemed to call him. He crossed silent fields and reached a forest. The trees were tall and ancient. Moonlight barely reached through. Suddenly, two glowing eyes appeared between the bushes. A fox stepped forward, but not an ordinary fox. Its eyes were the color of the sky. The fox spoke. "Are you heading to the moon mountain?" Miran was surprised, but not afraid. "Yes," he said. The fox nodded. "Then you are on the right path. But in this forest, you must see not with your eyes, but with your heart. Are you ready?" Miran nodded. They walked together. Soon, they arrived at a circle of black stones. In the center stood an old well. A cold mist rose from it. The fox whispered, "This is the well of shadows. To continue, you must face your fears. Just look. Do not run." Miran stepped closer. A voice echoed, "Where are you going, Miran?" It was his mother's voice. "Come back home. There's no such thing as Moon Mountain." From the mist, a figure appeared. It looked like Miran, but sad, scared, and alone. His heart beat faster, but he remembered, "Just look. Do not run." He whispered, "Yes, sometimes I feel afraid, but I walk with my heart." At that moment, the figure vanished. The mist faded. The well was quiet again. The fox said, "You passed the test. Your courage protected the light." Beneath a dark hill, there was an ancient cave covered in moss. The fox stopped. "This is the place where time stands still. Inside, only your past remains awake." Miran stepped inside. The walls of the cave glowed softly. Then images appeared. Old memories, forgotten feelings. He saw himself as a child, sitting with his father by a river. His father whispered, "If you listen to your heart, you can speak with the stars." Then he saw himself standing on a cliff. Far away, the moon mountain. In his hand, a small light. The fox whispered, "This is a possibility. Your future depends on your courage." Miran closed his eyes. In the darkness, his father's voice echoed, "You are strong, my son." When he opened his eyes, the cave was silent. The images were gone. They continued walking and reached a clearing. There, hundreds of shapes lay asleep. Children, animals, elders, all lost in deep dreams. From the sky, glowing birds floated down. One landed on Miran's shoulder. These are dream travelers. They've forgotten who they truly are. The fox spoke gently. You are awake. That is a gift, but with it comes responsibility. Miran nodded. The birds flew up. The dreamers faded like mist. Only the path remained, brighter than before. They came to a lake. Its surface was still as glass. No wind, no sound. Miran said, "What a beautiful place." But the lake replied, "What an ugly place." Everything Miran said came back as its opposite. The fox explained, "This is where your inner voice is tested. If your heart is clear, the echo cannot confuse you." Miran closed his eyes. He thought silently, "I came with love." The echo stopped. The lake began to shine. The path opened. They arrived at a massive stone gate. Written on it were the words, "Do not speak. Feel." The gate opened without a sound. Inside, every noise echoed. Even a breath roared like thunder. Miran moved carefully. No words, no sounds, only his footsteps, light as wind. At the end of the corridor, light appeared. The gate opened once more. The fox said, "Silence can often say more than 1,000 words." The night was dark and the moon high above. The fox pointed upward. The map is there. Miran looked at the sky. The stars began to move. Lines formed between them, like paths drawn in light. A circle appeared around the moon, a final path to the peak. Miran memorized it, not with his eyes, but with his heart. The fox said, "Only those who know their inner world can read the sky map." They walked on. The light faded. The land grew empty. No animals, no breeze, only silence and dust. "This is the valley of loneliness," said the fox. "Here, you hear only yourself." Miran stopped. He felt the loneliness like a blanket over his heart. But then he looked up. "I am small, but I am here, and I hear my heart." A soft wind stirred. The stars flickered. The path continued. They walked on in silence, but no longer alone. Beyond the final hill was a wide meadow. There stood children from all around the world. They had also reached the Moon Mountain. Each child held a light in their heart. They sang songs, They told stories. Miran listened and understood. He was not alone. Every journey had its own courage. The wind grew stronger, the sky darker. The final path was steep, rocky, and cold. Snow began to fall. The fox was silent now. Miran walked alone. He stumbled. He rose. His fingers were numb, but his heart burned. With every step, the mountain grew heavier, and yet somehow lighter. Finally, after a long night, he reached the summit. Above him only stars, and before him, the heart of the moon mountain, pulsing, glowing, warm. When Miran touched the light, it spread. It wrapped around him, warmed him, filled him with joy. There were no voices, but he felt a message. You found the path because you found yourself. The fox appeared one last time. Now the light is yours, but it is not only for you. Miran knew what to do. He placed his hands on his heart. The light flowed outward, not less, but more. It spread across the sky, down to the valleys, to towns, to other children. He saw hearts begin to shine. Dreams awakened. Fears faded. Then he found himself back in his village. It was morning. The moon had disappeared, but the sky was brighter. His mother stepped outside. You're back. Miran nodded. He said nothing, but in his eyes there was light, and in his heart the path to the moon mountain for all who dared to search for it.